Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday night. Steve Price here for Paul Murray. Paul, as you know, has been in the United States. He's still over there enjoying, I'm sure, Donald Trump's America. I've heard a few rumours about what he's been up to. We better leave that to him to tell you when he gets back. Plenty to discuss here, though, in Australia. Let's bring in Nationals MP Keith Pitt and Leisa Goddard from Adoni Media. Welcome to you both. Great to see you. Paul might be enjoying Trump's re-election, you two, but I'm not sure Labor is especially enjoying it. When you look at Donald Trump's energy policies, they are so different from their reckless fixation on renewables. That's not going to stop Labor, though. Check out what Mark Butler said to Andrew Clennell this morning on Sunday Agenda.
But it won't stop the global investment shift, which is very much in the direction of net zero technology, whether that's in energy or in vehicles. We'll continue our case for global investment to come to Australia because we have some of the best solar resources on the planet, some of the best wind resources on the planet, and some of the best scientists as well. So, you know, perhaps there's an upside for us in terms of the investment shifting a bit more away from the US than it has under Joe Biden's term.
Keith, you're up against some election next year. I'm punting on March 2025 now. That has to be music to your ears, doesn't it? That's exactly what you want their policy to be.
Well, I also heard your earlier guest around this 4% not being very much.
Oh.
There's 426 million hectares of cleared and partially cleared ag land in this country. So at 4%, that's 16 million hectares plus just on ag land alone. The entire Australian sugar industry is only 350,000 hectares. Right? This is madness. And if you look at emissions as a total, so you've now got the four biggest emitting countries, China, the USA, India and Russia, sort of 57% of the world's emissions, either out of Paris or simply not do anything. And China alone increases their emissions by the equivalent of Australia's entire annual contribution. I think I know who's got this wrong, and it's Butler and Labor and all of the rest of them.
Leisa, the Trump election should make it a little easier for perhaps the Albanese government to pull back a little bit. But with Chris Bowen in charge and with Butler there and Anthony Albanese, it seems they're not going to do that. So they're going to roll the dice on an election campaign where they're going to trash nuclear and say there's no point using it in any mix, and they're going to push renewables. That's a big risk to take, I think, politically, a really big risk.
Well, Bowen will just continue to double down. You've got COP29. He's already indicated that's exactly what his plan is. They have no plan that we can see that they intend to walk this back in any way. But the big question is they haven't yet set their 2035 target. So there will now be pressure and questions if they are going to forge ahead. What is their target? Because all the predictions were they weren't quite going to hit their 2030 at this current rate. But again, look at when we talk about these polls all the time, it's not climate change that people are concerned about at the moment. It's cost of living. And that's what you saw in the US election. It was cost of living. It was the economy. It wasn't about environment.